Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dr. Priscilla. Are you new to homeschool and you're wondering which style, which method you're going to use for your homeschoolers? This video is for you. You know what you do? Grab a cup of and let us chat away. We're going to be breaking down the different methods that one can use in their homeschool. I'm going to discuss 7 of them, and if I do not mention your homeschool style, kindly let me know. Number 1 is the traditional method of homeschooling. In the traditional method, it is where we usually have knowledge or information being passed on to the student in form of facts. These facts are going to be read, and then the student will be expected to reproduce these facts at the end of the day. The next method is the classical method of homeschooling. Classical method can be summarized as the 3-stage trivia process of homeschooling. The 3 stages during classical homeschooling include the grammar stage. Now, in the grammar stage, usually involves the kid being given the facts, the concepts of the different areas of learning. Then the next stage is the dialectic stage. Usually involves the children of ages around 10 to 12. And this is where the logic part comes in. The children are going to be given information to make them more curious, to ask themselves why. The last stage usually runs from 13 years upwards up to about 18 years. It focuses more on the child being able to use language. When I'm summarizing the classical method of homeschooling, I can say it is the method that trains children to think. Number 3 is the Charlotte Mason method of homeschooling. Now, the Charlotte Mason method of homeschooling, I can say, is more of a literature-based method for people that really love to read. But the kind of literature they are reading is not like the one in the traditional method, because traditional uses more of the textbook material. Charlotte Mason gives you the books, but you're going to be reading the living books, books that can actually bring principles to life. And it's actually also going to task someone to go out there and make put the things into practice, do things hands-on. The living books in Charlotte Mason may actually be either written, actually be audio. If I am to summarize the Charlotte Mason method, I would say that this is the method that is going to task a student to grow. Number 4 is the unit studies method. In the unit studies method, information or knowledge is usually passed on to the students in form of themes. There's a different theme for a different intention, but the theme is usually taken up in general for all the subjects being studied. For example, if someone is studying math, science, English, and social studies, they are going to have one theme shared for a particular area of learning, and that theme is going to be able to cut across for each of the different subjects of learning. I would summarize the unit studies as one that tasks the student to do. Number 5 is the unschooling method. The child basically helps the teacher understand what they want to learn. And so the teacher or the person guiding the child will follow the child's lead. In the unschooling method, there's actually no set of curriculum to follow. I can summarize the unschooling method as one that tasks the students to live. Number 6 is the eclectic method of homeschooling. The eclectic method of homeschooling is the one that actually involves a combination of 2 or more styles of homeschooling. For example, it could be a combination of traditional and unit studies. And last but not least is the Montessori method of homeschooling. For people that use the Montessori method, they actually do share and assert that it is child-driven. Basing on the child's interests for the week, month, or term, the tutor or the person guiding the child will be able to tell on where to focus and where to put their time. So basically, I've given a highlight of what these different methods are actually all about. And this can really help when it comes to choice of curriculum, because we find that most of the curricula fall in either one or more of the different methods of homeschooling. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. I'll be sharing more about curricula